Okay, I'm back. This is part two. We're going to read now what God says about the prayer that Daniel prayed. A lot of us remember this from, when we say Daniel prayed and the prayer was withheld. There was a fight in the heavens between Gabriel and the prince of Persia, where he tried to intercept those prayers, the answer that Daniel was praying. This is kind of like, this is that right there. We're reading it in a different version, so it doesn't say it like that, but you can always go back and read it in the King James and any other version that you like if you need deeper understanding. So we're just going to continue right here. We're going to get the answer to Daniel's prayer. God is hearing. He said, from the moment you decided to seek me out, I heard you. And I want you to know, I want some people to know that right now. You think God don't hear, but he hears us. He sees us right now. Everybody gathered right now listening to this word. Blessed are we who read the word of God. Blessed are we who hear and apply the word of God. Yeah. So let's get back into it. Daniel chapter 9, the Message version. This is part 2. Prophet DL. This is life and godliness. Let's read. 77s. While I was pouring out my heart, bearing my sins and the sins of my people, praying my life out before God, interceding for the holy mountain of my God, while I was absorbed in this prayer, the human like Gabriel, the one that I had seen earlier in the vision, approached me, flying like a bird about the time of evening worship. He stood before me and said, Daniel, I have come to make things clear for you. You had no sooner started your prayer when the answer was given to me. And now I'm here to deliver the answer to you. You are much loved. You are much loved. So listen carefully to the answer, the plain meaning of what is revealed. 77s are set for the people, are set for your people and for the holy city to throttle rebellion, stop sin, wipe out crime, and set everything right forever. Confirm what the prophet saw and anoint the Holy of Holies. So the 77 is going. These times are allowed so y'all can change. Y'all gonna change during this time. You're gonna throttle rebellion. You're gonna stop rebelling against who? Rebelling against God. You're gonna stop sinning. Watch. God got some. Don't you know God know how to humble a man? We just saw it in Nebuchadnezzar's life. Nebuchadnezzar told us, the great king, God knows how to humble a man. A proud man will be humble. God know how to do it. That's what the great king Nebuchadnezzar told us. You're gonna throttle rebellion. You're gonna stop sin. You're gonna wipe out crime. All that right there is not right. You're gonna stop. You're going to set things right forever. Confirm what the prophet saw and anoint the Holy of Holies. Here is what you must understand. This is what we must understand. From the time listen to this. You're going to hear this. From the time the word goes out to rebuild Jerusalem, Jerusalem is still a very current place until the coming of the anointed leader. This is the time. There will be 7 sevens. 7 sevens. Let's see what 7 sevens is. It's 7 days in a week. Let's see. It says it's going to be 77s. Rebuilding will take 62 sevens, including building streets and digging moats. Those will be rough times. He's telling us this is what's going to happen. It's going to be 62 sevens and they're going to be rough times. After the 62 sevens, the anointed leader will be killed. There's going to arise an anointed leader. And this is going to happen in his reign. And then after the 62 sevens, the anointed leader will be killed. The end of him. The city and the sanctuary will be laid in ruins by the army of the newly arrived leader. There will be another leader. The end will come in like a rush, like a flood. War will rage right up to the end. Desolation is the order of the day. Then for 1 7, he will forge many and strong alliances. But halfway through the 7, He he will banish worship and prayers. The place of worship, a desecrating at the place of worship, a desecrating obscenity will be set up and remain until the final desecrator himself is decisively destroyed. So we see that there's gonna. This is he just told us this is what we have to understand about the 77s. There is going to be a time, and these are the things that's going to happen in this time. He's talking about it. We have to pay attention to the times that I told you. Jerusalem is a very, very real place right now. There's going to be a rebuilding of Jerusalem. What I'm telling you, this is prophetic. Daniel's. I'm just gonna read the word, and we gonna see it. That's it. He stood before me. He said, "I'm making these things plain to you. I'm making these things plain to you." And no sooner than he started praying, he said, "No sooner than you started praying," he was asking God, "What is this all about? How long is this going to happen to the people of God?" He said, "It's going to be 77s. This is how long it's going to be." God heard you. God answered, and this is what it means. This is our God. 77s are set for the people, the holy people, for us to do what? For us to stop sinning, stop the rebellion, wipe out the crime, and confirm what the prophet saw, to anoint the Holy of Holies. That's what these years are going to be for. The times are going to come, and this is what that is about. Here is what you must understand. Don't go, this is what so now he's telling you need to understand this. This is what you're looking for. You are going to look for the rebuilding of Jerusalem. He said, from the time the word goes out, this is when things are going to start going this way. When the word goes out, then we are going to rebuild Jerusalem. There's going to be, from the time the word goes out to rebuild Jerusalem until the coming of the anointed leader, there will be 7 sevens. Whatever that look like. The rebuilding will take 62 of the 77s. There'll be 7 sevens, and then the rebuilding will take 62 sevens. It's only 70 during this time that we're talking about. There's going to be rebuilding of the streets and digging the moats. He said these are going to be rough times. Who's going to be doing all this? Who are the people? What people are going to be doing all this? These are some things to think about and pray about. The number one thing I want us to understand right now is what Daniel taught us about our prayer right now, right? Because this stuff is prophetic, and we're going to continue to read and see how it unfolds, all of it. The number one thing I want you to know today is that God hears your prayers. I want you to know another thing is that no matter what nobody doing around you, you line up with the word of God. Align and position yourself in God. I want to be standing on the side where Daniel's standing, where I can pray and get an answer from God. That's where you want to be at. He said we know clearly, God has clearly taught us through his prophets. We're out here teaching the word of God, and you out here saying, I don't want to hear it. I'm still going to do my own thing. Well, your own thing, whether you believe it or not, is the reason we're going through some of this stuff, because you won't change. You still think you can go out there and murder, kill, steal, destroy, cheat, lie, cussing, fussing, and doing, remember those other scriptures, cussing and fussing and doing their own thing. You think that's right, and that God ain't going to judge it, but he is. That's why we are like we are, because everybody else doing it too, right? I say we have some things to change in our lives. If we want to see change, we got to be a change. I'm Prophet DL. This is Life-N-Godliness. And we have just read Daniel chapter 9 in the Message version. I will see you back for Daniel chapter 10. Have a blessed day.